she love that coffee mug? Server at Waffle House let me steal it. She was trashed. That's what's really cool about Waffle House. Is that half the time the servers are really drunk. I don't know if that's the case anymore. This virus has really screwed everything up. I mean, that was their intention, to destroy everything. And honestly though, everything was already on its way out. So this just accelerated that. So because you have so many people in this country, and this is precisely why I say that so many Americans are lazy as fuck. It's like if you look at the number of them that are on unemployment by choice, that was already a problem anyway, but that problem was exacerbated with this. It just shows you like all these people that just don't want to work. They think they're above that. It's like I had to stop hanging out with this one person that I told y'all about. He's a Marxist. And Marxists are like whiny little bitches that can't handle reality. And Karl Marx, you know, he couldn't even take care of his family. Because he was constantly in libraries, like, researching how he was gonna revolutionize the world and completely destroy it in the process. That's all he did. That's all he devoted his time to. So he didn't give a fuck that his wife and children were suffering, you know? He just blamed the world for that instead of being a real man. And that's what you see all of his followers doing. You know, like this friend of mine who thinks that we're not hanging out anymore because I don't smoke pot. Which makes sense because he plays victim all the damn time. So of course he'd assume that the reason why we're not hanging out is because, oh, I can't handle being around pot. I mean, maybe I can't handle him without being high. Maybe there's some truth to that. But, because I would seriously tell myself, well, just get baked whenever you go over there, and then it'll be okay. But we still got into very heated arguments, so I highly doubt that I could stomach his ass without smoking insane amounts of pot. But, did y'all see that? There was a police officer. He was just chilling. Was that a cop? I don't know. I don't know if it was or not. I guess we'll find out soon enough. But I'm sure he couldn't tell that I was, like, filming. But anyway, what was I talking about? You don't know what you were talking about. Oh, Marxists. Yeah, man, I just can't stand his ass. Like, he's so obnoxious, and he just thinks that he's a good person, but he's really not. He's actually a total shithead that mooches off of everybody. And I don't want to judge him for that because, you know, I've definitely been that person when I was in a very hopeless state of mind. And I could tell myself that people owed it to me, or that it was okay that I manipulated situations and fucked people over, you know, because I was a very broken person. that made those kinds of excuses. But it's like, he's 40 years old and he's still acting that way. And he's like, I don't even know how heavy this guy is, but he's got to be over 300 pounds. He's over 300 pounds. He stares at his phone all the damn time. He's one of those that's been cooped up in his house, terrified of a virus. He's been vaccinated, quackzinated, whatever you want to call that. And he's still like social distancing from people. I mean, they're so brainwashed, y'all. They are so brainwashed. But I'm surprised he's even left the house. But I'm sure he's telling himself that he's so brave for doing this. He's so brave. But yeah, he was one of the many candy asses in the Nashville comedy scene that's yelled at me several times for my political beliefs and my political incorrectness, because he's a faggot. He's a faggot without being a faggot. He's got the ball sack in the mason jar. But I hate to say that, because like, I consider him to be a friend. But then the last time that I spoke with him, and I hadn't seen him in months, and this is when we had a conversation about, you know, weed. But it was like, he said something that was so fucked up, and I was like, damn, I wasn't expecting to like be hurt by it. But we were at this mic, the 1045 mic that CJ hosts. The loud black bitch, her, very beautiful woman. I love CJ so much. She knows I would say that out of love. But yeah, so we were at that mic, and we were sort of like gathering our stuff in like the back room where everybody's smoking marijuana. And he asked me, he was like, so are you gonna say anything that is gonna get your ass beat tonight or whatever? I don't even know what he said exactly. It was to that effect. Are you gonna say something to get you in trouble? Are you gonna say something to get you killed, or something like that? And I was like, I don't think so. And he said something, and it was it was obviously like it wasn't a joke. He made it seem like it was a joke, but it wasn't a joke. He said, oh, I'd love to see that. Damnity damn. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see you get murdered. I'd love to see you get your ass beat over doing comedy, because you're a right-wing, politically incorrect piece of shit, and I am a very well-meaning cultural Marxist that cares about the world. And you don't take things seriously like news stories. You don't take things seriously like pretend pandemics. You don't take things seriously like pretend medicine. How dare you? How dare you not take pretend medicine? You know? It's like, I can't do it anymore, man. I just can't do it anymore.